All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in to The Source, WOCA. Beautiful Thursday. Maybe you're in the mood to go golfing. Well, you might be in the mood by the time we're done with this show, because Jim Beckett always talks about golf in such a way that makes all of us want to go out golfing, whether we have done it before or never done it before. Jim is a PGA professional. He's also the founder of the Golf College down at the links of Spruce Creek South, and he'll tell you about that a little bit. But your phone calls are just as important during this show, whether it's a question or you just want to talk golf. That's what the show's about. The number is 622-9622. That is a sponsored phone number. It's sponsored by the folks over at Climate Control. It's the WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline. 622-9622 to be on the air. 622-WOCA. Jim Beckett. Good morning, Jim. How you doing?
Good morning, Larry. It's a great morning.
Were you giving tips out there? Were you giving little lessons? I saw you doing something out there.
Yeah, that was Dan. We just refitted his putter and made it what we call it's personalized for performance.
It was a very long putter. He showed it to me last week.
Yeah, we put it in a bathtub and shrunk it down.
So why would they make something so long? Even, I mean, I'm pretty tall. It was too long for me even.
Actually, that was what's called a belly putter or a chest putter. You anchor it to your body and put your arms down so your arms swing more like a pendulum, trying to get you to make a better stroke if you don't have one.
Oh, okay.
So most people who have those putters have struggled with a conventional putter. And, of course, in about 15 minutes, we could have shown them how their conventional putter could have worked perfect in the first place, not going through all that cost. But a lot of people have had bad experiences with lessons. A lot of golf instructors to try to create a following, have a concept or a technique or a mechanic fundamental thing they want you to do. Quite frankly, what they're saying makes sense, but it might not fit you personally, because we humans are very touch-feel opinionated. We know what we like.
That's true. Yeah,
so you need to make everything, whether it be instruction or clubs, personalized. I prefer boggles better. We rent a rental car, and we instantaneously check and see where the knobs are, and we adjust the seat and the mirrors the way we want it.
That's true.
And that's exactly what people should do with their golf club. So they could buy a high-quality brand, but when that club's made at a manufacturer, they have no clue about you. So they make it standard.
Can you lengthen a golf club or only shorten it?
No. You can lengthen the golf club. You can shorten it. You can change the weight balance. You can change the lie angle. And you can change the size and texture of the grip. You can make it totally personalized. And when it is, whatever talent you have is going to flourish at a much higher percentage, and you will be more consistent. And inconsistency is the number one problem for all golfers, from beginner to tour player.
So if I was using the wrong golf clubs for the past 2-3 years,
you would develop some habits that would not be functional and give you the performance that you're capable of.
Really? So
I would instantly not let you even try conventional club. A conventional club from a manufacturer is very short, very light, and a very soft shaft and a very skinny grip. And the reason they do that is if they put it in a store and a short person comes in, they can use it. But if an average person comes in, they're going to have to bend over more than they want to use it, and a tall person has no chance. Zero.
But I guess my question was going to go in this direction. If I already owned the wrong clubs but didn't know it, and then I heard this conversation about using the right clubs, and I went to you and had all my clubs customized.
Adjusted.
Okay. Would I then need to relearn the game, or would I suddenly be better? What would happen?
You would instantaneously be better, because your posture would be more comfortable, so your rhythm, timing, and tempo would not be interfered with. So you would make an improved swing just because you were comfortable.
Wow. So
get in a rental car, Larry, at your size, and have it be a compact car, and the seat got corroded and you can't move it back. You could make it work, but you'd be more careful and you wouldn't drive as good.
That's probably true.
I use cars all the time in the seats and all to reference that. So when you go to a store, they're basically all the same length, same skinny grip. No one likes a skinny grip.
So who do you go to adjust your golf club?
If I was doing it, I'd go to Jim Beckett's Golf College. Now, that said, there are other people who do this, but not a lot. And the reason they don't is it's not a high profit item. It's not something you can get the fee that would justify the experience and the know-how and the equipment you've got to have to do it right. We're going to do it because I know how valuable it is, and I'd rather have those walking testimonials than spend money on advertising.
So how did you know how to adjust Dan's club? Did you look at his height? Did you ask him questions?
I've seen him hit the ball.
Okay.
I've talked with him. I've let him try a couple of things, and he immediately went to a stronger club with a longer length and more weight. I mean, he immediately gravitated to that. It's the guy that wants the four-door comfortable sedan and the guy that wants the peppy,
sports car.
You are what you are, and you'd like to have the club match you, and instead of you trying to match the club, you could hit anything. You could hit a kid's club.
Is it mostly important for the putter, or does it?
No.
Oh, all of them? All the clubs?
Very much so. And the reason being is when you swing a golf club, you're going from gravity to gravity and away from gravity. The club is going in an arc up to down to up. So if the club is heavy, in your estimation, regardless of its weight, it's heavy. If you think it's light, regardless of if it's really heavy, it's light. It's light and heavy to you. So when you have a golf club that really fits you properly and gives you the best chance to have success, and a person asks you questions about that golf club, every answer should be no, and this is how it works. I would have you have a club and say, does that feel short? If you said no, no matter how short it was, it's okay to you. Might look short to me.
Okay.
If I said, is it too long, and you said no, I would know it's in your comfort zone. You got in that rental car, and you didn't sense that you needed to change the seat.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah.
Is it too heavy? No. Is it too light? No. Is the grip too skinny? No. Is the grip too fat? No. In other words, if all your questions are no, that means your senses don't sense that it's out of sync.
I guess so, yeah.
To your sense of feel and personal preference. So you're the best fitter in the world for a golf club. But I have to show you how to do it.
Yeah. So you have a tool that you have a tool that balances them too, right?
Absolutely.
Some kind of a device.
We have a full shop. We have a frequency analyzer which tells us about the shaft movement, and the speed of it. The shaft does bend. It's the only moving part in a golf club. The grip is totally personal. I prefer. It feels. I like. He told me what kind of grip he liked. I made a guess. And I just put it in his hand. He says, "Oh, I really like this grip."
Oh, really?
So I fitted that by him telling me what he liked.
So the shaft bends. I didn't know that.
The shaft bends, yes, sir.
Just a tiny bit or something?
Well, it's a buggy whip. That's why you can hit the ball so far. If you put baby powder in a golf shaft, you will lose about 40% of your distance because you're only doing about 60%. The shaft does the other 40.
The baby powder is that heavy?
No, it won't let the shaft bend fat. It'll slow the movement down. Yeah, it's like a cushioning.
Wow.
It cushions the shaft so the shaft can't move freely. The shaft works like like you slap your hands. You hold your wrist locked stiff.
Right.
Put the cast on them. You can't clap your hands nearly as loud as you use the hinge of your wrist.
But baby powder stops that from happening?
Yeah, if I have a person, then the shaft's way too soft or bending too much for them,
right?
And it's a money situation. They can't afford to reshaft a club. That's the only thing else you can do. I can put baby powder in it. Baby powder weighs.
Oh, in it?
In the shaft.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And it weighs virtually nothing, so it doesn't change the weight that much. But most clubs are too light anyway. Almost everybody likes a heavier club than the way they come.
Okay.
If they've ever felt one. Now, all of the folks that are listening on the radio, they have clubs they like, then that means they're in their comfort zone, or they've compensated for them. And if they've compensated, they cannot swing as consistent. When you walk, you stride a certain distance. You maintain your balance. Your turnover rate is whatever your timing clock is that you like.
Right.
So if someone says walk faster or slower, they've interfered with your walk. Or if they say take larger steps or smaller steps, you can do that, but you wouldn't walk as good, and you wouldn't walk as consistent.
Jim, did you see the video or the news item of the guy who's golfing, and the golf ball was like a foot away from a wooden fence? Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
And he swung so that it went toward the fence rather than away.
Bounced it off.
He ricocheted, and it was like within inches of the hole.
Yep.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it'd be like a pool player playing a bank shot rather than hitting the ball straight on.
Yeah.
That person's got an open mind and is very creative. See, too many people get in the mode. You got to take this perfect fundamental swing.
Yeah.
The golf, the ball is sitting here. You want it to go over there. Figure out how to get it over there. That's why it's so interesting.
So that was probably, I don't know if it was a professional game or not. I wasn't really sure if it was just a couple of guys playing. But
and the one of the courses in England, one of the holes is called the road hole, and it has a rock wall across the road, very close to the green, very close, within 10 or 15, 20 feet. Many players have been over there where they couldn't take a backswing, so they've learned to hit it against the wall and bounce it off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That happens over there.
It is like pool.
Pretty frequent. But
and the pool is something, or billiards is something you were also good at, or are good at.
My father was, and so I played, but we could break the balls, and he could say, "Okay, take half of yours, and I'll play bank and kick shots. I won't even shoot regular shots." I never could beat him. He was just excellent.
The phone line is open if you'd like to speak to Jim about golf, whether it's a question or just want to join the conversation. The number is 622-WOCA, and don't forget, Jim is down at the golf college if you need your clubs adjusted or perhaps a lesson or two. Not a bad idea for a Christmas gift, by the way.
Actually, we have a special going on right now for someone who would like. It's pretty interesting. It's a 50% added value. That means you could purchase a $99 gift certificate, but your certificate would say $150.
Oh.
If you're looking for clubs, you're going to the school, you could purchase a $299 certificate and get a $450 value.
Wow.
So you could take a full-fledged golf school with the club diagnostic session included.
Oh, wow. That's a great gift.
That would be about a $750 value.
Wow. And how much would that be? $400?
$299.
Oh, $299. Oh, wow.
$299 would get you a $450 gift certificate, and we're including the club diagnostic session, which is $149
so
also.
Wow.
So we've done this every Christmas, and it really helps a wife or a girlfriend a lot, because it's hard to buy for a golfer, because all of them are so opinionated, so you buy the wrong thing.
So the whole discussion we just had about the importance of having the shaft customized for you is applicable right now for somebody who wants to save a few dollars.
The other thing we're doing for the holiday, it'll run through most of January also. It takes about 2 or 2.5 hours to make a complete club diagnostic evaluation of the clubs with the equipment. So the golfer can come in and do that, and it's $149. If they elect to do something with their clubs, we roll that fee over in the cost of rebuilding them. So that's a double whammy. So if they come in and want to do that between now and February 1st, it's at no charge. It's by appointment only, because it takes a while to do it. And they will leave there never ever spending excessive money on clubs that don't work.
This is a great gift idea, really.
It really is.
So I know we usually wait till the end of the show to give out your phone number, but the person wanting to know it right now, and we'll mention it again at the end. What is your number?
It is area code 352-470-3876. That is my cell phone. I'll say it again. If I don't answer, it means I'm with a client. Keep calling and get me, or I will call you back as soon as I can. It's 352-470-3876.
By the way, your face looks great. Last week you had like a skin cancer thing going.
And all over the place. I look human today.
But I mean, it's amazing how it healed. I mean, you had a little bit of skin cancer, right?
I had it in my eye and on my neck.
Wow.
And the neck, they opened up about 3 or 4 inches.
Wow, everything looks perfect now.
Yeah, great doctor, a lady doctor. She's right over here behind us in this medical complex. As good as I've ever had, and I've had a lot of doctors.
Wow.
Her name's Dr. Barber. She does amazing work, and she's such an interesting person. All of her staff has been trained by her personally, and the youngest person working there in years of service is 12. One lady that worked on me has been with her 15, 16 years.
Oh, wow.
So it's like you're buying a whole a whole team of her, it's amazing. She's an amazing lady.
Speaking of ladies and ladies who've put a long time in and connecting that to golf, there was a story about a woman at a golf course or golf club in Long Island. It's an all-men's club.
Oh, of course.
Did you see this story?
No, but I've been there. I've been in that area. I know how that is.
Apparently, some time ago, one of the bosses, and this was one of those clubs that had, like George Burns used to be a member of this club, and Robert Moses, who's probably only well-known on Long Island, but anyway, it's one of those big shots, who's no longer with us. But anyway, so she's been with the club 20-something years. She's, I think, 63 years old. And she stops one of the owners from getting any more beer. He had like too many, and she put it. Okay, now he wants to get even with her.
Yeah, I can believe it.
And so she puts up a stink, and rightfully so, about the men's magazines that she was asked to, and I'm talking like Playboy or Penthouse, asked to put into the men's locker room. Put these girly magazines, and she didn't want to do it, and she objected to the skimpy uniforms that the girls had to wear.
Yeah.
So she was kicked out after all this time, and now the Supreme Court in that county, Supreme Court, the whatever the court is in that county, they said you can go ahead with the lawsuit. So now they're facing this woman, this all-men's club, facing this woman who doesn't like the magazines or the skimpy uniforms.
You know, our world has become that way, and my answer to that is get a life. We have options and we have choices. Go someplace where they do what you want them to do already. Nobody wins when that happens. She doesn't win, they don't win.
Yeah, well, that's
but they're going to do what they want to do. They'll just go around it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's kind of foolish, I think. I understand their point of view, but while I don't go into bars, I don't drink. Why? I don't like drunks. I don't like people acting silly. So
that's right.
Should I say I want to have the option to go in there so they can serve it my way? I don't think that's right. We should have some choice in this country. We used to be a democratic country.
Yeah.
We certainly aren't anymore. That's another story.
That's a political
That's
shop.
why I play golf. We go to golf, enjoy the nice day and the sun today and the fresh air and meet nice people and have a nice time.
But I bet your politics is discussed a lot on the golf course.
You know, Larry, it's really not.
It's not.
No, the golfers. It's almost like their
unspoken
their
code?
hobby tranquilizer. They use the golf course to, as you've seen, you need to focus out there. People have headaches. They don't have them on the golf course. They're too focused. You know, they've got that as their subject, and they're having, every time they hit a good shot, it's a triumph, and when they hit a bad shot, it's a challenge. I mean, it's to me, flying, well, I'm a pilot like them, flying, you better focus. I've never had a headache flying, and I've never had a headache on the golf course. So I think every one of us, it doesn't have to be golf, although golf's a very good one, needs an outlet where you in the music.
I think so.
You don't have a headache when you're doing the music. We're focused on something positive.
I guess, yeah.
And I'd like to see our whole society get focused on a little more of something positive for yourself. Take care of yourself, and if you've got something you don't like, or leave them alone. Go do your thing. I think our society would be so much better off. Golf's a real lifesaver for me.
So maybe this woman needs to play golf.
And a health thing. Well, if it's a place that does things she don't like, I'm sure there's a lot of places that would be thrilled to have her, and then she'd be happier. So everybody would win.
You would think so.
You like to have a win-win situation, not a win-lose situation.
Right.
It's just not healthy and not productive.
There was another story about a woman. This was a couple of years ago who went to court because, as a reporter, they wouldn't let her into the men's locker room to talk to the athletes after the game.
You know, I do have a strong opinion about that.
Yeah, I mean, the male reporter can't go into the female locker room.
Bingo.
Yeah.
If she wants to go into that locker room where the guys can let down and they don't have to put their clothes on, or they can keep a towel on or what have you, then they should be able to go to the bathroom with her. Can you imagine that?
That will never happen.
No, the women sometimes, and I understand it, I mean, it's the nature of our society, they want it one way. They want to do their thing their way and have that protected, but they want to intrude in the man's world. Why, I don't know. But they just complain about it. And I'm a very pro-woman person. I'd rather have all women players. I'd rather have all women as
I don't think we've met
teachers.
your wife. Have we met your wife?
My wife is, her nickname is Sweetie Pie. She had an abusive first husband.
Oh.
He told her how bad she was, how bad she looked, how dumb she was.
Oh, no.
First time I ever met her, I said, "Boy, I'm impressed with you." And she just almost fell over. I said, "What's wrong with that? You're great looking, you've got a great personality, you're intelligent, you're smart, I can't think of a thing bad about you." And she said, "Well, I got to tell you some stories about my husband."
Oh, no.
I said, "What the hell with
that
him?"
happens a lot, yeah.
It does.
Does she golf?
She thinks that because she's married to a golf pro, everybody expects her to be good.
Oh, okay.
So she's self-conscious about it.
So she doesn't
But
golf?
She is very good and never had a lesson.
Oh, okay.
I just told her that how you strike the ball is take this club and brush the grass any way you can. And she did it 10 times in a row. I said, "Now here's the secret. When you step up to the ball, don't hit it. Brush the grass underneath it." And she hit a ball about 140 yards straight down the fairway. So she thinks it's easy. Because I never let her experience all the negatives that people do. They want to hit the ball. Men want to see how hard they can hit the ball.
Oh, okay.
But they don't swing a practice swing that way.
So
The practice swing has rhythm, timing, tempo, and balance. They get ready to hit a ball, they take their muscles and try to smash it.
Right.
Well, that's us guys. We want to smash it, you know?
I know. So did she become competitive once she started playing?
She's only played 5 times in 12 years.
Oh, okay.
And each time we tried to go when it's very quiet, no business, late in the day or something. And every single time, some twosome wants to join up with us, and it petrifies her. But she's beat all the twosomes we've played with.
Oh, really?
And she says, "They're really bad, aren't they?" And I said, "Yes, that's why I do what I do, trying to help them get better."
Oh no!
So she knows. She doesn't know what a par is or a bogey or.
Oh, really?
No.
So you keep score when you play?
Oh, absolutely not. I never keep score.
No. Oh,
no.
Well, then how do you know who wins?
Well, I win. I hit the ball better than they do. You don't have to play to win. See, golf's a whole different thing than keeping score. If you're in a competitive nature, or you're playing against somebody for dinner, or you're playing in a tournament, then you have to keep score to see, how old people. But if I go play, I never keep score. I might keep scores.
Really?
How many good shots do I hit? How many bad ones? And I record the bad ones so that if I want to practice, I go practice to see if I can hit those shots better. So as it turns out, the more good shots I hit, the lower the score is going to be.
By the way, you know what the quietest sport is?
Quietest.
The quietest?
Maybe chess.
It's bowling.
Bowling.
It's so quiet you can hear a pin drop.
You got it. I love it.
So, a silly joke.
Yeah, that's good. Super good.
Actually, chess probably is the quietest game.
Except when they punch that button and change the clock. I had that question for me in a golf lesson. So when they're playing chess, they reach over and punch a clock. Why do they do that? I said, "We're in golf."
Somebody asked you.
I said, "I'll get you a chess clock if you want to punch it." I said, "We should show you how long you stand over the ball before you swing." That's a great idea.
So did you answer the question?
Yeah, I did tell her.
Wonder why it came up.
Haven't a clue.
Huh.
Oh, I think I was talking about how long people stand over the ball and figure out how to miss it.
Oh, okay.
The person that's not been schooled to the point where they understand what's going to work best, when they stand over the ball, they're not sure what to do, so they stand there and try to calculate. Let's see what I want to do.
I did. Wow, look at the clock already.
Astonishing, isn't it?
I could relate to what you were saying about grazing the grass.
Yeah.
And then once you're done with your practice swing, actually putting some muscle into it and then ruining everything you could have had. Because that's exactly what I was doing. I was trying to be Superman or something.
Well, us guys want to hit that ball, and we like to hit a home run if we could.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess I could relate to it. Yeah. I got to turn my back to you while I do this thing on the computer because I wasn't paying attention to the clock.
We do that sometimes, don't we?
Every week on your show, every other week. Jim, all right, we need to give you a phone number again. If anybody's out there wanting a great Christmas gift, not only are lessons a great idea, but also the
club diagnostic session.
You. And don't forget the special deal. For $300, you get a $700 package, right?
For $299, you get a $450 gift certificate, and we're throwing in the $150 club diagnostic session, which means a person will never purchase a club again, without knowing that it's going to be pretty good for them. They'll have that knowledge.
Wow.
Makes them a smarter consumer.
Now, let's give out the phone number again.
Okay, it is 352-470-3876.
And the golf college is at the links of Spruce Creek South, which is where? We never tell anybody where that is.
It's next to the villages, but it's on the very north side. We're the most northern course that's tied to that property. So we're just south of State Road 42, about 3/4 mile.
And there's another Spruce Creek down there as well.
Spruce Creek Del Webb precedes us. It's about 4 miles north of us.
Right.
There's a big fountain in front of it. And then there is a Spruce Creek North, which is now called the Preserve on Route 200. So we're Spruce Creek South. Our course is called the Links.
Okay. And you make sure you don't confuse the two.
Right.
And call us if you need that repeated. We'll be glad to do that for you. Thank you, Jim.
Great day, Larry.
See you in 2 weeks. Let's see, 2 weeks from now it'll be the 9th. Wow, it'll be almost Christmas.
We'll have a big special that day.
You have to wear a hat. Thank you, Jim.
Yep, thank you, sir.
All right, we'll be right back.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.